Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the irresponsible, the flush with cash, the unable to... I don't know how to say anything more than that. Let's just go right on to my name. Dr. Yukon Suckit. That's right, Dr. Yukon Suckit. Tell your mama. So I am broadcasting today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck that I found over on the premium mythic list at Magic GG. And it looks good. It looks good. Because when I first saw it, I thought it was mono green. I gotta say, I've been looking for a good mono green deck. I think I've said that before. But I get really bored with the one mono green deck that's out right now. That's like the only one. And, what it's got? It's got like Esika's Chariot, Wrenn and Seven, Topiary Stomper, Prosperous Innkeeper. You're starting to see a little bit of mix of this Courier's Briefcase in there. And then, a couple other green guys and stuff. Really bored. I just can't get myself to play it. So when I saw this and I saw that it had some other cards, I'm like, ooh, there we go. This is going to be fun. Then I realized this wasn't mono green. That it required, like at least one blue to do it. And so I'm like, all right, well, it's mono green because... maybe the Prosperous Innkeeper is going to put it out, or we'll use the treasure from the Courier's Briefcase to put it. Something like that. And then I realized, whoa, wait a second. There's a Meathook Massacre in here. So it's not really mono green. This is actually a SULTAI deck. SULTAI meaning green, blue, and black. Now there's practically this is the only blue card in here. These are the only two cards that happen to have black. And all other than Meathook Massacre, everything's rocking some part of green. So this is really, 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 really either a mono green deck that just happens to have a couple of other cards, or it's a SULTAI deck that is heavy on the green part. If I had to rate what this deck was otherwise, I would put it down as just mid-range, because we have a couple of control, but mostly it looks like it's about getting out the beef, turn 4, turn 5, something like that. That's what you're looking at. So let's take a look at the cards, then we'll put out on the track, take it on a few laps, and see how well it does. At the low end, we got the Prosperous Innkeeper. For those of you who don't know, Prosperous Innkeeper is a 1/1 for 2. When it comes into play, you generate a treasure token. And then whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. So this guy will keep pumping the life into your blood. He's like a little IV pack right on the side there. That's exactly what an IV sounds like, right? We got Courier's Briefcase. So this is 2 mana, just like the Prosperous Innkeeper, and also puts out a 1/1, except for they are different things. One's an artifact, and one's just a separate token creature. But still, you get a 1/1 for 2. And in this case, you also then have a token, a treasure token that you can use. And then this thing has the ability, if you happen to have 5 additional mana, you can tap this thing to sacrifice it and draw 3 cards. So that's apparently what's inside that suitcase there is 3 cards. It's amazing how similar these 2 cards are. We got the Meathook Massacre. So that is traditionally a board wipe because you can pump in X and all creatures on the battlefield get -X till the end of the turn. It's nice because it takes out Shield. It takes out anybody that is indestructible. It would take out Toski, the little squirrel dude. But even more so, as an enchantment after it's out, whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. Whenever a creature an opponent controls die, you gain a life. That is tempo, baby. All right, we got Topiary Stomper. So this guy he costs 3 to put out, and you get a 4/4. Except for the fact he's also vigilant. Great, right? Except for the fact that you can't actually attack or block with him unless you control at least 7 or more lands. But he will go and get a land. A basic land, so it's any of them, any of the basic lands, whatever color, doesn't matter. And you can put it into the battlefield tapped in the shuffle. So here's a little bit of ramp. So these guys put out treasure tokens. This guy does ramp. So we got some ramp action going on, and that is fantastic. We got Esika's Chariot. So when this thing comes out, you essentially, it's an artifact for 4, and then it will give you 2/2/2 cat tokens. And then this artifact on your following turn you can crew it by taking anything that has power of 4 or greater, or any combination of creatures that reach 4 or greater. And then it comes out into play and can start doing things as a 4/4. And then whenever it attacks this Chariot, you get to create a token that's a copy of a target token that you control. So, you could copy the Citizen from the Briefcase, but you would have just another 1/1. Or you can copy a kitty cat, in which case you'd have an additional 2/2. So at least you got that going on for you, right? But this is the Xerox right there. It's a copy machine. We'll find out later on that there's even better things to do to copy than a cat or a Citizen. So we'll talk about it when we get there. We got Binding of the Old Gods. This is Golgari's go-to since Kaldheim came out, right? Costs you 4. You destroy target non-land permanent and opponent controls. Suck it, non-land permanent. And then on your second turn, you get a forest. So that will come into play. You only have 4, but I guess that these two count as forests as well. The Proving Ground and the Headquarters, because see, it says Forest, Plain Island. They count as forests, so they will come in as well. And lastly, on your third turn with this thing out, all of your creatures gain Death Touch till the end of turn. My experience, you don't have any creatures by the time you get a third turn. I don't know if people just freak out and destroy their creatures, or that's just the way things go. We got Wrenn and Seven, who is a 5 loyalty for 5 Planeswalker. And you can +1 him to reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You take all the land cards and put it in your hand, the rest into your graveyard. For 0, then, on your next turn, you can take any number of lands in your hand and put them into the battlefield tapped. For -3, this is what you usually do when it comes into play. You create a green tree folk creature token with reach, and this creature's power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. And remember I was talking about tokens? This is the guy you want to copy with Esika's Chariot. This is the combo that everybody's rocking big time right now. Is you put out the Wrenn and Seven, at which point you create the tree folk, and then Esika's Chariot can say, hey, let's tie ourselves up to that tree folk, and the tree folk taps out. But then when you attack with the Chariot, you create a duplicate of the tree folk, they both just get stronger as you put more lands out. Lastly, at -8, return all permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. You get an emblem. You have no maximum hand size. I've never seen that. I've never seen that happen. You use this just to keep pumping out tree folks. That's pretty much it. We got Tamiyo, the Compleated Sage. I'm actually really happy I got this art. It's really good looking there, isn't it? She is completed. I know what that word means. Is there other cards out there that give you benefit for having completed creatures? Maybe in the future, right? So it costs you 5 to put out her. She's got 5 for loyalty. Her +1 is you tap up to 1 target artifact or creature. It doesn't untap during its controller next untap steps. That means on your turn, it becomes tapped, and then on the next turn, it is still tapped. Which means back to your turn, it's still tapped again. So that's like 3 full turns of having something out of the way. For -X, exile target non-land permanent card with mana veil from your graveyard. So you could do something up to 5 immediately if you really wanted to, like a Wrenn and Seven potentially, or less. You can go get Binding the Old God or Esika's Chariot, right? And then you create a copy of that card in play. So, and it's a token. The good news then is that means, well, that is way interesting. You could duplicate whatever this thing creates with the Esika's Chariot. So therefore you could create another Binding of the Old God with it. Ooh, that would be crazy. The other thing you could do is if you made a token of Wrenn and Seven, you could I wonder if because it's a legendary, that would be a problem. Probably. So you're looking for non-legendary things to copy. All right, well, anyways, let's see. Create. So you create for -7, Tamiyo's Notebook, which is an artifact token that says spells you cast cost 2 less to cast, and you can tap it to draw a card. So yeah, that is a great effect. Nothing in particular. As you can see, all of these things are very passive. The most aggressive thing she's got is that -X middle ability. But thing is, it helps you in tons of ways. She is definitely out there helping you out. I appreciate her Phyrexidness. She's really cool. We got the last thing here. We got Storm the Festival. So it costs 6. It's kind of like who am I thinking of? Not Tybalt, but was it Bulky? It's a gamble card, right? Bulky, you put it out. Sorry, I got to yawn here for a second. And, you know, you get to look through the opponent's hand, hope that they have some creatures in it, and you could exile it, and then potentially turn bulky into it. With Storm of the Festival, you're paying 6 mana, and you get to look at the top 5 cards of your library, and you put 2 permanents with a mana value of 5 or less from amongst those cards into the battlefield. So you're just really hoping that there's going to be at least 2 good things in there. I mean, there's a good chance. But there's also a chance this could get you nothing. Nothing. But the good news, they cost you 6 to start off with, but you have Flashback. The bad news, the Flashback is 10. 10 mana. So, yep. Let's hope for the best here, right? Let's see. How many mana do we have in this thing? We got 25. That's a good number. Our point range is 3.6, so a little spindy. We've got 1 man land, 2 man land. No, 2 man lands right there. And we got a Disenchant Kamigawa land. We got some semi-fast dual lands. We got tri-lands that are slow. This guy is slow. But this guy will definitely get us. Once we get up to 6 mana, all of our mana will be any color it wants to be. So we won't have any more worries past that point as far as it goes. The thing is it has that bottom ability, which is search your library for a number of God cards. I don't believe there's a single God card in here. So, yeah, you're not using it for that ability. It's just a matter of regulating your color base, I guess. Even though this thing is like 90% green, so why would you? I don't know. That might be a thing to take out, would be the World Tree. I've been seeing it a lot lately. Somebody really likes it. It's been going around. It's in its situations, it's a great card. Okay, so we got nothing in the sideboard. So this is the deck. Let's take it out and see how well it does. And we're playing against Mamaco or Mamaco. Or is that Mamaco? Don't know. 3 mana. Keep. All right, let's see. We're slowing up, and we'll be able to get a Prosperous Innkeeper out next turn. That'll be fine. Prosperous Innkeeper going against Azorus so far. And against the Batman. All right, does 3 get us anywhere? Negative. So we'll get ourselves a citizen. Let's see, I can double up on the black without a Meathook Massacre. Let's just do that. I'm really beginning to think that Meathook Massacre is better as just enchantment than a board wipe. Getting it out early and fast is one of the best things to do. Because in this situation, he's going to lose a life and I'm going to gain a life. I mean, he can mess around with it also that he can keep a 1/1 alive. It's going after the enchantment. All right. There we go with the Chariot. No attacks. All right, so we should be up to a 2/2 for those serving dudes by the end of this turn. It looks like he's going to wipe the board. I'll just have to make myself a tree folk and let it drive a Chariot around. Make yourself a brother. Yoink. Let's see, we need 6 to play Storm the Festival. We're at 5 right now. Prosperous Innkeeper can come out next turn, give us a token. Worst case scenario. Destroy all creatures. How super. guy's going full control. Mamaco. Do I have the black to play this? Not at all. Maybe this will do it. All right, we're back to having the ability to do 1 point of damage. It's a glorious time for us all. And 2. I know that Lolf loves the Meathook. Put out a nice world tree. What do we think here? Pop this up? Yeah, let's just do it. Next. Oh, who are we going after here? Go get him, Esika's Chariot. Suck it, Lolf. Alright. Now it's time to wipe the board again, apparently. Don't be touching my stuff. How much money I got there? I've got 7. I got 8 with my hand. Dude, I'm coming down fast from miles above you. Ooh. You can draw a card. This is leaving you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6. That's enough for the Storm of the Festival. Who am I going to bring with me here? 1 and 2. You know what you're going after? Nice. 16. Alright, got him down to 9. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And a couple more for Storm to bring the Storm Festival back again. There we go. There's a little bit more land. We'll get in there. Some kitty cats behind the wheel. Come in for the attack. Pump up another tree folk. Well, I had enough there for my tree, didn't I? All right, well, that's all on me. Intern. Yep, wasn't paying attention to my lands. Hey, victory anyway. Let me do it right now. Victory! Alright, playing against, what is this? Ilsmat? Ilsmat? Alright. We got 3 mana. We will keep it. Nothing we can do till at least 4 mana, though. That's a great position to be in. As in, I'm being very sarcastic. Touch his fish in the face, as one does. Alright, we got our 4 mana. That's good. Alright, Gala Greeter means you deserve to die in a fire. I can't just do anything by that. This guy's not an enchantment, is he? No. Oh, it's got non-basic land. That's what the deal is. A couple of them, as a matter of fact. All right, we'll go for number 4. Should we kill something? Which one's worse? Black market deals 2 damage to each treasure. Create a treasure token. This other guy is always just a jerk. I'm just going to kill the jerk. See you later. Take your damage, suckerfish. Now he's just going to be creating something else. All right, what do we got going on? That thing is pretty fantastic. Let's take that. Let's put this one out because I'm going to need... do I have 2 black? I do. 1, 2, 3. Da-na-na-na! Let's get that treasure token. All right. I'm going to say you could have made a cat out of it or something. That would have been nice. Then it'd be dead. That's a whole lot of me not playing Esika's Chariot so far, huh? All right, let's give ourselves some kitty cats. See, it says we have things to do, potentially. I don't quite understand what those things would be. We're done. All right, so we can start using Tamiyo to pin people down now that she's been completed. He's coming. Let's pass the blockers. And there goes my sound. Eek! That's not great. All right, so 7. So I can Wrenn and Seven it, put out a tree, throw the tree in the back of the chariot, but that's only 4. So at least I have 2 things that he wouldn't be able to kill. Nice if I still had enough mana for the man land. Boom! That would be the effect you would hear right there. All right, I've got a couple of 8s. Gotta get Tybalt out of here. He's still going for it. Oh, he's got my Binding of the Old Gods. That's not cool. If I was him, I'd go after Esika's Chariot. He's going to love him to put out another one, I suppose. Nope, he's still going to wait on that. Select. No. There we go. There it is. All right, there's Tamiyo. We're going to go ahead and let's pin him down. We are going to go ahead and grab a few more lands here. That's what we get out of it, huh? And let's just go ahead and ask this. What else we got going on here? Let's clear this out here. Yeah, that's enough for that. Let's take care of some business then. All right, we're going to go ahead and do it this way. And who we're going to get rid of? Jenny Faye. She is annoying. Suck it, Tybalt. Suck it. Yeah, that's not yours, man. That's mine. That Binding of the Old Gods is mine. You can go after Wrenn and Seven if you want to. But Tamiyo is not going to be your friend. We're going to take back here potentially. We do 4. All right, let's put this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yoink. Couple of kitty cats. We go to another Eye Tyrant. Let's swing in. Who we taking out? Tybalt. Not you. Good game. Good game. Victory! And we're playing against Dyonasta. We got 3 mana and potentially a 4th right there, so let's keep it. Prosperous Innkeeper will be yet another. But we are playing slow for the first 2 turns, at least. So we won't be able to get out these 2s until turn 3, unless we pick up a fast, long land along the way. Ooh, Shakaka! Shakaka! Beady little red eyes. Ugh. Alright, the best slow land of them all. And there's a slow. Prosperous Innkeeper. Next turn I'll have to kill myself. I could wait. I'm not a huge... Am I? Yeah. Auto pay. Because he's gonna... I just hate paying against this Naya crap. Hate it. I say I'm going to love it when it's out of rotation. I mean, Runeforge is going, but this guy's here for at least another year. No attacks. Yeah, the way that they just, keep summoning the same cards over and over and over again is just so horrible. All right, let's pull out one of these Tri-lands. Put out the World Tree. And who do you think we should kill? I think we should kill the enchantment. Sure, they got nothing better to do. All right, we got him back down to 26, a very reasonable number. What do I got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can play Storm the Festival next turn. Yeah, that's not great. All right, so we got ourselves a Meathook. I know we could do 4, right? Let's just do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could have done 2 points of damage, but whatevs. Alright, back up to 6. We got a fighting chance. Hopefully they'll suck on everything at this point. Alright, storm the festival. That's it, huh? Another Meathook Massacre. Well, we'll go for land and land then. That's what we're going to do. What a whiff that was. Alright, there you go. Topiary Stomper. I choose you. Really, any color at this point. I got every color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got plenty for Storm the Festival. Hopefully this time we won't whiff out on it. A slow lob from the enchantment. Let's go, Stomper. Bring him back under 30 for a change here. What are we going to get from this thing? Draw 3 cards. I don't think I have enough mana for that, right? Maybe next turn. What do I have over here? That guy's just going for cards at this point. I would love to mill him at this time. That'd be fantastic. Suck it, you Naya loving freak. Suck it. Alright, so here is that premium mythic Sultai deck that we've been playing. And I gotta say, this was a good deck. It was a really good deck. I mean, we played against some people today that were definitely overpowering it. But ultimately, this deck had a lot of power to it. It had a lot of bite, and it did a good job of commanding once it, got into its fruition. Let's see what was really great here. The deal is all the cards. Of course, they're all great. Wrenn and Seven, Storm the Field, Tamiyo, Binding the Old Gods, Esika's Chariot. Meathook Massacre. Just every single card is fantastic. What isn't fantastic? That's probably the better way. Courier's Briefcase is pretty new. I don't know, maybe we'll see it a lot. The thing about this card mostly is that it puts out a 1/1 citizen and you have the ability to treat it like a treasure. And it costs you 2. So it's a little bit of green ramp, which gives you that. Plus, once you got like 5 of each color, you can use it to draw 3 cards. So it's not fantastic. It's just what it is. It's a good support card, kind of like the Prosperous Innkeeper. You put them out, you get a treasure token and a 1/1, right? But then the deal is every other turn that some other creature comes into play, you gain a life. So these two guys are practically the same, other than the fact that they both can attack because they both have that 1/1 when they're left over. Except for this guy only has the ability to draw 3 cards at some point. This guy can keep giving you life. Unfortunately with him, everything's wrapped up into 1, while this one separates right off at the very beginning there. So you kind of get 2 permanents out of the deal. Topiary Stomper. A lot of people really love him. I was always really bothered by the fact that he can't do anything until you have 7 or more lands in play. Now, I've been playing with him on a bunch of ramp decks, and he's much more reasonable when you are ramping up on mana pretty quickly. So, good for him. He does very well in this deck. What else we got? We got Lair of the Hydra and Hive of the Eye Tyrant. We got those man lands in there. Great. The only deal is that there's so few of them. When we put them out, I always forget I even have them, so I don't even use them. That's just a me thing. Try not to forget the cards you have. So, any of these things. I love it when Esika's Chariot can copy Wrenn and Sevens. Tree Folks, you have all those doubles. I love how Tamiyo is capable of getting something back from the graveyard. I'm going to call it. Tamiyo is really my favorite card in here. She's not incredibly aggressive thing. She just taps something. But also I love the fact that she can go and make a copy of something that's in your graveyard. She's got 5 to start off with. Maybe you'll get up to 6 pretty good. But you can bring back Esika's Chariot. You can bring back Wrenn and Seven. It'd be hard, but I mean, you get up to 6, you could blow 5 to get him back. I'm not sure how the whole Meathook Massacre thing goes. If you bring it back, are you allowed to pump into it? I doubt it. So really, Binding of the Old Gods is your big one, and that's what I was using it for. I was bringing that thing back to take things out. So let's go ahead and rate this thing up. The deal is it competitive? Well, I got it off of the premium mythic list. I'm going to say yes, it was definitely competitive. I'm going to say, was it fun? I really enjoyed playing with this deck. I thought what I liked about it was just that it always had something going on and it gave you opportunities, and you weren't just sitting there with a bunch of crap in your hand, not being able to do anything with it. There was, the ability to pull things back from your graveyard, the ability to go and look through your library and pull out 2 things. Sure, it was expensive, but the weak amount of ramp that this deck does have kind of makes up for it. Also, the fact, really, this is actually like mono green by like 95%, with just a smidge of blue and black thrown in. What is it? 1 blue card and 2 cards that happen to have black. Other than that, it's just green, 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 green. So it kind of feels like you're playing a mono green deck. It just happens to have some tricks that mono green doesn't have. Lastly, is there a theme? Let's see, what do we got here? We got Phyrexian and Planeswalker. So Planeswalker, 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 right? We got a Bush, a Hobbit, a Citizen. Nope, I'm not feeling the theme here. So anyways, so then talking about fun and talking about competitive, I'm going to give this deck an A. I think it does a really good job. It's a really good play. But without the theme, I just can't give it the A+. Sorry, can't do it. All right, so if you end up playing this deck, I hope you have as much fun with it as I did. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, may the force be with you always.